Hello and welcome to another extra quiz Tuesday night, and we're into February. What that means is, of course, it's nearly Valentine's Day, so keep your eye out for the special Valentine's Day quiz on Valentine's Day. If you want to have a romantic night in with your missus and sit down and do a quiz, just tune in. That'll be around soon. Tonight, what have we got then? We've got a specialist round questions on 90s music. So if if 90s were your decade, nightclubbing, God knows what, then this should be a good quiz for you. You should be able to get plenty right. There's 20 questions, like I say, so if you're aiming for at least, I'd say, you want to be getting 13, 14 or more. So let's get straight into the quiz then. Like I say, it's a quick one midweek. The big quiz on Friday is 50 questions and takes a bit longer. This one usually takes about 20 minutes. So if you've got your pen and paper ready, let's get going. So your first question. So question number one then. Which Neighbours star had a hit with Torn in 1997? So nearly the end of the 90s there, but quite a famous song. Who had a hit with that one? And question number two. Which band had a hit with the album titled Urban Hymns? Quite a big thing in the 90s. Urban Hymns. It's the funny thing with decades, isn't it? If you're kind of too old or too young for the decade, it's really hard. In the song by Guns N' Roses, in which month does it rain? In the song by Guns N' Roses, in which month does it rain? Question number four. Wet 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 had the biggest selling single of the decade. With which song, or what song? Number one for about 19 years, this one. Well, there were two actually in this decade that was number one for a long time. We may have a question on the other one, so I'll say no more. Wonder what happened to these Marty Pello. It's funny how bands just seem to disappear in it. Question 5. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never going to keep me down. Name the song and artist. So if you can get both, there's 2 points on offer here. If you only know the one, well, 1 point. And if you don't know either, you get nothing. I'm not that kind. Question number 6. Which singer spent 16 weeks at the top of the UK single charts in 1991? Told you this question might come up. Funny thing, innit? It was. I remember this song, and it was so popular. Obviously, it sold loads and loads of records. It was number one for 16 weeks. But the same people who loved it at the beginning and actually bought the record by week 16 were absolutely sick of it. There's a rumour that this chap asked his record company to get it removed, stop going on sale, so it wouldn't get number one the week after. Don't know how true that is. So it's a good job. It might have been still number one now. So number 7 on 90s music. Who wrote the song for Sinead O'Connor, Nothing Compares to You? Question number 8. In which year did we lose the legend, Freddie Mercury? Great frontman for Queen. Sadly missed. Do you know what year it was? I always thought they should have replaced him with George Michael when he died, but not to be. Question 9. What was the biggest selling album of the 90s? Any ideas on that? I guess it's, as we say on Sheldon's quiz, you either know it or you don't. You might even have this one in your record collection. So question 10 then, and at the halfway mark of the quiz, how are you doing so far? Which rock band was Thunderstruck in 1990? Nearly burst into song then, but I don't want to give it away. Question 11. Who had a hit with Mambo Number 5? A little bit of. I definitely will try and sing that one. Everybody knows the song, but can you remember who sung it? Question 12. Which British pop group released the single 5678 in 1997? Is it bringing back memories? All these 90s related music questions. Question 13. The Cranberries sung about this Walking Dead type creature. I spent the whole of the 90s listening to heavy metal music, me, so I gotta be honest, if I was on the other end of this quiz, I'd probably be struggling. Some of them would be alright. The poppy stuff passed me by in the 90s, that. If the song didn't have crazy guitars in it, I weren't interested. Question 14. What's the name of the singer in Nirvana that allegedly shot himself in 1994? See, here's one I would have known. I say allegedly shot himself because there's a lot of rumours around that he was murdered. Well, that's another story. Question 14. Who was the one and only? Question 16. Oh, this broke some hearts, this, didn't it? In which year did Robbie Williams leave Take That? All the girls were crying. All the lads were laughing. Of course we were. He did alright for himself, didn't he? Man, he so did Take That. Question 17. Who sang It's Like 10,000 Spoons When All You Need Is a Knife? Question 18 then. That should be who sang, really bad grammar. Who sang the Friends theme song I'll Be There For You, which was a chart hit in 1995? Who sung? Who wrote this quiz? Guilty as charged. So sung in competition. Question 19. Another Nirvana question. Who was the drummer in Nirvana and then the guitarist in Foo Fighters? Bit of a smart ass. Another one of them people a bit like Phil Collins and who can do a few things. And your last question then. Are you ready? We're having it anyway. 20. Who is Marshall Mathers better known as? Marshall Mathers. Right, so that's that then. Shall we get straight into the answers? Do you need help? Do you need answers? Here they are then. So question 1. Natalie Imbruglia, the Neighbours star who played Beth Brennan from 1992 to 1994. I actually thought she was in Neighbours a lot longer than 2 years, but obviously not. Question 2. The band that had a hit album, Urban Hymns, was The Verve. It was a bit of, speaking of urban, as urban myth, they were a Manchester band when actually they were from Wigan. Wiganers. Richard Ashcroft, obviously the lead singer. Question 3. The famous song November Rain by Guns N' Roses. Question 4. Love Is All Around was the hit single by Wet Wet Wet, and it was the biggest selling single of the decade. Actually, let's go back to that one. Originally, that was by the Trogs in 1967, by the way, in case you're wondering. I get knocked down again, but I get knocked down, but I get up again. Never Gonna Keep Me Down is Chumbawamba and Tub Thumping. If you got both of them, well done. 2 points. If you got the one, 1 point. If you didn't get any, unlucky. Question 6. The other person that had a super long time at number 1 was Bryan Adams, with his hit from the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves with Kevin Costner. Everything I do it for you. The song for Sinead O'Connor, Nothing Compares to You, was written by Prince. A strange thing, she actually said in an interview once, Sinead O'Connor, that she did meet Prince a couple of times, but they didn't get on very well. In fact, they had a punch-up, and they had to escape the house at 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, not a lot to say about that, really. Question 8. 1991, we sadly lost Freddie Mercury. Question 9. What's the Story Morning Glory? That was the biggest selling album of the 90s. 1995 it was. The band that was thunderstruck is AC/DC. If you didn't know, that was a single by AC/DC. And AC/DC, one of the biggest selling bands of all time. Lou Bega had a hit with Mambo Number 5. You've got to say it like that. Just that's the way it is. It's a rule. And question number 12. Steps. H and Friends 5, 6, 7, 8. And Zombie was the big hit for the Cranberries, a Walking Dead type character. Yeah, easy really. Question 14. Kurt Cobain is the chap that shot himself dead, allegedly. And question 15. I Am the One and Only was the song by Chesney Hawkes. His dad, Len Chip Hawkes, was also in the band The Tremolos. That's in the 60s, you might not remember that. And the year that all the girls cried and all the boys laughed was 1995. And Alanis Morissette sang with 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife. My kind of life. And the Rembrandts sang the theme tune to Friends, the TV show. I'll be there for you. The drummer in Nirvana and the guitarist in the Foo Fighters is Dave Grohl. Apparently nobody likes a smart ass, but he's quite popular. And your last question on 20. Marshall Mathers is M&M, i.e. his initials M&M, so he called himself M&M. Didn't take much thinking about that, did it? And now he's a household name. Can't go wrong. So there you go then. That is your extra quiz on the Tuesday night. As I suggested, it takes about 20 minutes. And actually, it's 18 and a half minutes. So we're doing well. We're ahead of time. So that'll give me enough time then to tell you, or to ask you nicely, please. I'll see you again on Friday to do it all again with 50 questions on random subjects. So make sure you invite some friends, give them a call, get them to tune in, and maybe get in a competition with them so you get the best scores. Yeah, we can do it on group chats with WhatsApp, or you can do it on, well, everybody's doing it on video chat now, aren't they? On Zoom and what's the other one? Microsoft Teams. They're the two big ones. If you want to get yourself on them and get a bit of a team going, a bit of a challenge with friends or family, why not? Get the family involved. I think if you get the family involved and you've got a good age range, mums and dads, grandmas and granddads, right down to the kids, you're covering all subjects, aren't you? And decades, so you'll have a better chance. So I'll see you on Friday then. Hope you enjoyed it. I did. And stay safe, away from that nasty coronavirus, and we'll see you then.